So, hey again guys, today we're going to be talking about Lucio, and my good friend Natalie from high school has sent me her Lucio games, and we're going to record at least one of them, or review at least one of them, and see what she does that makes her so successful, because I think Natalie is like master, grandmaster kind of level, at least definitely was top 500 at least a few times. So very good Lucio player, and we're gonna review those games. But first we'll go over perks and stuff. So perks, I personally like to do sound wave rider on the left, because you see the bar on the right side, it builds up your boop, and when it gets full you have a super powered boop, and it sends them way further. I'll do a comparison with just a regular boop here. Regular unpowered boop is that, so a little less powerful. I'll get up again, do the comparison one more time. Just wall riding builds the charge. Here we go again, so much further. We can even do yardstick here. And see, super powered boop from behind the railing, looking straight ahead, boops them to right there. So we'll kill, respawn it, and not build up the charge, looking straight ahead, sends them only 10 meters, so significantly less distance. For the next perk, honestly both are fine. I'm not a Lucio enjoyer, so I guess maybe a Lucio player would have a stronger opinion. I personally like Accelerando because when you press E, makes you attack faster, which just kills or increases your killing potential. So I like that a lot, but the extra range isn't terrible either, so strong argument for both. Yeah, and now we'll go look at Natalie's games. Okay, so we're gonna look at the games that Natalie sent me. They're all down here. I watched the King's Row one, or at least the first half of it, and it was very good, very educational for what we need to do. So Natalie is Numa here, and Pixel Latke the Bastion is also our friend, Gabe. And this game is going to be pretty wide from around gold to around master, because I know Gabe is in gold and I know Natalie is in master, so it's a pretty wide game, but all the principles are still intact here. And what we see Natalie doing right here is just skating around the wall, probably to keep high ground, to peek the top window here. Yep, so we're going to shoot the Widow. Something you'll notice with Numa's Lucio is that she is basically never on the ground, and when she is, it's for a very short time, or just to like run away and help the Bastion get out like this. But see, above the ground again, we're never playing floor CO. This fight was actually pretty good. They almost killed the Dim Fist. Unfortunate that it was they lost the fight there, but happens. And spawn rollouts. This is very important for every Lucio player. Never play floor CO. See, Numa is constantly bouncing off the walls. Jumping off walls actually makes you faster for a little bit. So pretty much always be doing that. And we're getting out, and we're staying. So, okay, that was a very good play there, because if we watch this, I'll slow it down a little bit. But Numa is going to be riding high ground to dodge the Doomfist Punch. So Doomfist Punch has 0 vertical mobility unless you do some weird tech with it, but if you're playing for damage with it, you have 0 mobility, or 0 vertical mobility. So the way to counter it is to ride the wall up here, like Nat is doing right now. He can hear the charge, and he's seeing Doomfist right here. Doomfist can't reach this high wall where Natalie is right now, so Doomfist is just going to punch right under Nat, which is what we'll see is what happens here. I'll back up. This camera sucks, but we'll play it. Boom, just right under. Numa completely missed, or completely dodged the Doomfist just by positioning. So we grab the health pack, scrap the Doom a little bit, actually make it out, and that was a good escape. We're not going back for the health pack if you miss it because we go into danger with the Doomfist, so just keep going and heal yourself, you're a support. And speed your team out of spawn is always a good thing to do. So this is another good play I want to talk about. So we're going to go back to there. So as Natalie is riding up this high ground is a very good place to be for many reasons. And one of them we'll see is the tank fight, because Natalie sees the Doomfist right there, sees the hook, and we want to do something about this hook. We want to secure this kill, and the way Lucio can help with that is to go behind the Doomfist and boop the Doomfist into the team. The boop didn't land, but the idea was there, and if that was any other tank that would have done that. And honestly, this Doomfist helped us out by just jumping into the team, so like he just did exactly what our Lucio wants to do here, which is boop him into the team. We might get the kill, we might not, but it's a lot of damage that Doomfist has to do. Yeah, and we just heard he ulted, so he was very threatened. And Lucio's job is to be just like an annoying little bug and assassinate supports or DPS, whoever. So that's why we're taking the fight against the Juno. Nothing much you could really do about that. There's a lot of people around, but go to the next part. So what just happened there is, for specifically the Lucio player, Lucio players love getting boop kills, and what we're doing, and Natalie knows that there's a hole right here. And Natalie's going to try to, if any of the red guys walk anywhere near this hole, Natalie's going to be ready for it, which is why we're positioned on high ground here. Because, like this Moira is just going to back up really close to the pit. Natalie sees that, goes for the boop, gets hooked at the same time, we still get the kill. Then we die, unfortunately, because Doomfist is a character. But roll out of spawn, riding walls. The beat to save the frozen Venture, or maybe she's not frozen, but or they're not frozen. But it's in response to the freeze. Sees Tracer is low health, goes to assassinate. She gets peeled, so we back up. And right here, it doesn't look like Natalie's doing much, but Natalie's actually doing a lot, because for two things. One, Lucio gets value just by existing. So, as you can see, Natalie is healing one person with the healing aura right now, which is good. So just staying alive is one aspect of Lucio. Another thing Natalie is doing here, even though it doesn't look like much, is that Natalie is looking for stuff to do and staying alive and touching point and slowing the enemy team down. So, as Lucio, we always think of what to do next. And actually, any character, we always think of what to do next. Another thing here is there's a hole right here, and the point has to go near it, so they have to go near the hole. So as the Lucio player, you have to be looking for these environmental kills, because this is the favorite thing of Lucio's to do, and we'll see it right here. Sees the Mei and just instantly goes for the boop. Like there's no thought. This is a reflex. This should be every single Lucio player should have this reflex to kill immediately when they see someone near a pit. And we get the kill. So that was a good reflex. So Natalie's standing on the cart to prevent backcap from the Tracer potentially, because the Tracer can just zoop, 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 and backcap, which is why Natalie's staying on the cart until it backs up a little bit. It'll automatically start going backwards. There we go. And we're going to wait for the engage, just in case the Tracer wants to go. So Natalie's still looking at the cart behind her, or can still see it, and will be able to, the Tracer has to go this way, so she'll be able to hear the Tracer. If anything happens, Natalie's in a position to just go right back to point. So something that separates good players from metal rank players is there's a lot of people here, and it looks pretty juicy to go dive onto. It is not. This is a very formidable 3v1 if Natalie were to jump into it. I see a lot of Lucio players get really jumpy and just jump into 3v5 or 1v5 and just instantly die. The mark of a good player is this kind of discipline and patience and waiting for the right application of strength. So some of you may notice that the hog was low while advancing. This is fine, a-okay, because we actually want speed here, because we actually have the advantage. We just killed the tank. It's a 4v5, and even though this Roadhog has 300 health, they're disengaging. They're running for their life. They're not going to be doing much damage to this hog, especially without a tank. So it's actually better to speed, to try to, capitalize on this retreat than to heal the hog, because there's two healers, or two supports. Moira's healing the hog right now, at least I assume. Out of juice, but yes, was healing the hog. Remember, so you already have two supports, so Lucio can kind of do what you want. You can do what you want as Lucio, but that speed is very key here. If I'm ulting as Hog and my Lucio is healing me, I'm gonna be a little upset because I want to get to where I can kill someone. I don't really care about surviving because I have spawn advantage, at least in this situation. But speed is way more useful than metal rank players usually give it credit for. So please use speed more often. Natalie does a great job at this. And because of that aggressive advance with speed, we actually got the kill on the Mei. So they're entering the fight with only 4 players, and unfortunately they just hooked poor Gabe here, and Gabe's going to get annihilated. But that's fine, because for one, Gabe is Venture is a DPS, and you have spawn advantage, and losing 1 DPS, especially Venture, isn't really that big of a deal. Losing someone like Mei is a big deal because that wall is pretty massive in the right hands. But it's not ideal, but it's fine. The adventure dies here because of spawn advantage. So, unfortunate, but we move on. So right now, they're all playing safe because they have Torbolt. So they have to advance into this Lucio, Hog, Torb line. There's no reason to push the attack right here, especially, you know, just 3v3 with only one support. So they're going to play really safe around this corner. And something that just happened here, this Moira, we just heard her fade in to the team. So Natalie, this Torb, everyone knows that this Moira is just a free kill. Poke for some damage and go for the kill. Easy peasy. So that's a lesson for Moira players. You know, use your fade with some discipline. You usually don't want to fade into a team 1v3. Usually you want to save the fade for getting out, or at least repositioning. You definitely don't want to put yourself in such a terrible position like that, because you're just a free kill, and that's your only defensive, or your only escape, is that fade out. But being able to recognize that is the mark of a good player. Again, we're just kind of poking here. That was a really good hook by the Hog. But yeah, there's no reason to push further. We can just get some poke damage, and as you can see, Natalie is shooting things even though, you know, there's nothing there because Lucio's a projectile and someone might just run into the bullets. So if you're not shooting as Lucio, just tape down your mouse button. There's no problem with just shooting. So we're standing here because of this pit. When the enemies walk through, or at least when someone walks too far, probably this Moira, when she fades in here, Natalie's perched up here, ready to just boop into the pit. Yep, perfect execution. Yeah, very good plays. Now we're gonna watch the attack. So as you guys can see, Natalie is just zooming around the spawn. There's no reason to do this except for just to show off that you're a good Lucio. Every good Lucio will zip around the spawn like that. Every good Lucio will know how to wall ride and will be very comfortable doing it. So it's just warm up and messing around for the real game. But the mark of a good Lucio is knowing how to wall ride effectively.
One. Attacker incoming. Defend objective A. Alright, here we go. Serious knife.
Yeah, so I want to talk about this attack here. This attack is something Lucio's can do to make space. People seem to think that tanks are the only one that are allowed to take space, but no, DPS and supports should do that as well, especially Lucio's. Lucio's are very good at it. They have a lot of defensives for themselves, and they're very fast. So you can, even if you make a mistake, you can sometimes recover from it with your speed. So Natalie's gonna go up here and just like take this space here. You're gonna go up there, and what Natalie's doing here is just a little bit of being a bug. Like Natalie knows she's not gonna get any kills, especially on this Doomfist. Maybe on the Zen or the Ana, but like we know we're not gonna kill anything. But this Doomfist doesn't want Natalie here because Natalie can go wherever she wants from here. So the Doomfist is going to turn, which opens up this space for the Junker Queen to walk through. And as we saw, the Junker Queen walked through because the Doomfist turned. We're stuck on the tree. I'm sorry, Natalie. I gotta see this again. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm dead. Yeah. So we're poking the Zen a little bit. Being a little bug. Helping out the team. Almost killed the Mei. Ooh. Gabe popping off. Good job, Gabe. Nice work, Gabe. You did a lot. You did a lot of work there. That was good. Good. Very good attack. And Lucio's here to just boop someone off the point if they try to come attack. And here's the boop. Yep. Are they gonna C9? No way. That's hilarious. So, what happened back here is, so we see the Zen at low health, and I'm sure some of you wanted to be like, go kill the go kill the Zen. No, we don't want to do that because it's a 4v1 if Lucio dives in there, and that might actually get the Zen, kill the Zen. But will certainly die because of both Discord Orb, stun from Doomfist, and whatever else is going on here. So it's very dangerous to go try to execute that Zen, which is why Natalie doesn't. So we're poking the Kiri and make sure she can't just stand up there and do whatever she wants. Oh, that's so
10
unfortunate.
seconds remaining.
Don't hurry, this might get ugly for us.
This ends now.
Unfortunate. Good try, guys. Yeah, that was really good. That was a very good Lucio doing their thing. Key takeaways are never play Florcio, so always try to be in there. Always shoot something and always find something to do. If you're not confident in wall riding, every Lucio should be at every rank. So go to the practice range and just like run around like this and try to do whatever. There's also a lot of custom games out there that are like Lucio speedrun or whatever on some map, and just get good at that. Every Lucio should be very good at this wall riding. Yeah, so hope you learned something. Thanks for watching. See you next time.